Okay, so this Photoshop tutorial is about what you can do to fix blurry images. And so the two main reasons why your images are blurry anyway are that either A, your shot is out of focus, you haven't focused properly in your camera, or there's been some sort of movement, whether it's camera movement or movement with the objects in the frame. So it doesn't matter what you've seen out there already. I'm basically, don't shoot the messenger, but I'm here to say that there is pretty much nothing you can do to effectively fix a blurry image. So that I know that's not the news that you wanted to hear, but unfortunately that's the truth, and it doesn't really matter what anybody says. But the thing is, I'm not going to just tell you that and not really explain why, so stick around, because I'm just going to show you some of the usual methods that people show you, and I'm going to show you why they don't work. So the first one that I've seen just from looking at what other people are showing out there is to use a high pass filter. So what you would do, I've got a blurry image here. This is out of focus, as you can tell, so I'll just zoom in a bit there so you can see closely. And yeah, let's do the method which involves the high pass filter. So I'll duplicate my background layer. I'm going to come to my menu here and choose the high pass. And if you've seen other tutorials out there, they'll say to slide the radius up or down or whatever until you start to see some of the detail come back here. Let's stick with this value here, doesn't really matter. Click OK. And once that's applied, you can set the blend mode to overlay. And so that's a normal sharpening method that you would use normally towards the end of your workflow. But as you can see here, it has kind of sharpened the thing up a bit. So, it's not a complete dead loss, but it's still nowhere near in focus. You can't fix bad focus basically. So let's see if duplicating this layer, what that will do is double the effect of the sharpening layer. So you can see it's kind of popped back in a little bit more. Still not great. Let's do another. So let's create a merged copy of this entire image and run another high pass filter on that just to see if we can do it in a few steps. So let's do that. Overlay. No, that's looking pretty garish. And so that's no good. So that's method one debunked. Using a sharpening filter or using the high pass to sharpen doesn't work. So also what you'll find is, let me just duplicate this background layer again. So we've got another one to start again on. Another method out there is to use the sharpening, the smart sharpen filter. So let's give that a go, because this actually does have an option to remove lens blur. So you can see here Gaussian blur, motion blur, lens blur. Good for very, very minor blurriness, and this is a great filter to use at the end of your workflow if you're working with shots that haven't had any sharpening done. This is a great sharpening tool. But let's just keep an eye on the preview here. It doesn't matter what value I put. I can slide this radius slider up. You can see a little bit of something happening over here. Look, if you watch this video in full screen, you might see there's a bit of something happening. Seems to be bringing something back. I don't want to go too far because it's got this really weird sort of artifacts happening. So let's click OK. And let's look at the before and after on that. So that's subtle. Maybe if we did it again, we can double the effect of that. So let's hit Smart Sharpen again. That's going to rerun that same setting on this new layer that I've created. And something's happening here. It's definitely not looking really that good. So let's look at before. Compared to before, we've got a blurrier shot here. To after, maybe. I don't know what you think about that, but. And so I'll just quickly zoom in to 100% because I've got a version of this image which is actually sharp and properly focused. And so let's flip over to that sharp, proper in focus version, which was caught in focus in the camera. And hey presto, there we go. We've got all this detail here. Look at these little barnacle things, or whatever they are on the rock. I'm here to basically say that there ain't no way you're going to turn this into this. So unfortunately, if you've got a blurry shot, either you're going to have to just chuck the photo away, or if it's a sentimental memory, then just keep it and you just have to accept the fact that it's not in focus. Otherwise, if you have a chance to go back and reshoot the image, then that's basically your only choice if you want to get a sharp version of a shot that's blurry. So again, sorry to be the bearer of bad news there. Now, if you do want to find out how to use Photoshop the proper way to process your images, then just click the link below this video now. And I've got a 3-part video series which runs you through my entire Photoshop workflow for processing landscape images, and it's over an hour long. You can get it free on the link below, so just click that link now to go and check it out.